expressing interest in that topic of video before, then of course you're going to do much better in the long run. And the second reason most people treat TikTok like a lottery system is because of the topics of the videos that they're choosing to create their videos around. So going back to the first one, in order to land on people's FYPs who have actually expressed an interest in the topic of the video before, you have to be using TikTok SEO, where all this means is that you're using a keyword or phrase that you'd use to describe what the video is about. You're making sure it's in the audio a couple of times. You're making sure it's written in the description a couple of times, and you're making sure it's in your hashtags a couple of times. That's pretty much it. There is a lot of difficulty in actually finding what your video should be categorized as, but that's out the scope of this video. Now, the second one, TikTok and TikTok's audience is already responding to particular topics in a very positive light. Trying to break into TikTok with pretty much random topics that you're just coming up with is going to be very, very difficult to get TikTok's attention and get an audience's attention. That's why you kind of have to play the game a little bit, have a look at what's doing well in your niche based on a category level, start making content around that, which you can find through creator searching sites, your FYP, if you're engaged in your niche, and using TikTok search. Now, these both sound pretty simple, and you can actually learn how to do these pretty quickly, and that's why we've included these in our free TikTok growth community, where we're helping content creators like Susan, who has gained over 100,000 followers within a few months through learning how to pick the right topics and learning how to get in front of the right people. Now, if you want to join the free version of this, just click the link in our bio and I'll see you over there. We've had over a week in October of posting content and trying to grow, but if you're trying to make October your best month yet on TikTok, what can you do to grow your account and what can you do to get the most amount of views as possible? So if you're trying to grow your TikTok account, make sure you save this so you can come back to it later and implement these strategies over the next couple of weeks. And make sure you drop us a follow, because we're dropping TikTok growth tips every day, and you never know, the next one might be exactly what you need. Now, after a week of posting in October, it's important to reflect and look at your data. Hopefully you've posted a couple of times, if not a couple of times a day, and this will mean some of your videos will have done better than others. Those videos that have done better than others are very, very important to look at right now, because those are the topics and the concepts and the way the videos are made that TikTok are rewarding right now. So what you want to do for the rest of the month, if you want to grow your account, is you need to take those videos that have done well and try and make more of them. I actually mean making videos on the same topic, but what I also mean is if you've used a specific hook or a specific filming style or editing style, let's try and use that more and experiment with it, tweak it in slight ways to see if you can get even more views. Now, what else are you going to do? Well, right now, TikTok is really liking it when you're pushing content to stories. So the videos that you've posted over the last week, make sure you're clicking on those, hitting the 3 dots in the bottom right, and clicking the button that says push to story. This means that the content you've posted already in October, you can make it work for you again for the rest of the month by pushing it to your story to make sure it gets in front of all of your followers. And if you do this consistently, TikTok loves this and starts to ramp up how many views your stories get. Now, I've covered what do you do with the content you've already posted in October in order to grow your account, but what about the new content? Well, in order to make a push over the last couple of weeks, I want you to be posting twice a day, midday and at some point in the evening. And I want you to be going after topics that TikTok are actively searching for. So straight after this video, I want you to go to your TikTok search bar and type in a couple of keywords that are related to your niche specifically. Then you're going to sort by the videos that have got the most views in the last month. Now, when you look at these videos, you want to have a look at the topics that these videos are on, because this tells you exactly what topics within your niche TikTok is rewarding and your audience are wanting to see and are actively responding to. So if you can make between 60 and 80% of your content for the rest of the month trying to make better videos than those videos that are doing well now for those topics, then October can definitely be one of your best months for growing your TikTok account. And what are you going to do with the other 20 to 40% of videos? This is where you're going to experiment, and this is where a lot of the fun comes in with TikTok. I want you to post shorter videos with just some footage with some text. I want you to try and post longer informational videos. I want you to try and post some videos where nobody has posted those kind of topics on TikTok within your niche, to really try and separate yourself from the rest of the players in your niche. Get out there, have fun. If you want to learn how to pick the right topics, get them on the right people's FYPs, get people to stop scrolling and actually watch your videos, how to monetize your TikTok account, then click the link in our bio for our free TikTok growth community. It's part of the community where we help Susan gain over 100,000 followers. There's options in there to get account breakdowns, one-on-one coaching calls, even to get us to map out all of your videos. So if you want access to the free version and all the rest, just click the link in our bio and I'll see you over there. Everyone has an audience on TikTok, but if that's the case, then why are so many people stuck at low views, and why are so many creators struggling to gain any traction? Well, I'm going to run through why and what you can do to break out of it. So make sure you save this so you can come back to it later, and drop us a follow for daily TikTok growth content. Now, people are stuck at low views just because of watch time. When you first post the video, TikTok does some checks, and if you pass all those like most people do, they push you out to about 300 people. And then once these 300 people have seen your video on their FYP, TikTok will have a look at the watch time metrics, and if they think it's good, they'll push it out to another 300 to 500 people, where the process is repeated, and then you only stop getting views when TikTok pushes you out to a new audience and your watch time metrics decline. So now you know this, you know you have to increase your watch time. But why are so many people struggling with that? Well, it boils down to two main reasons. First, if you're landing on the wrong FYPs, then you're not going to get people who are actually interested in your topic and will sit down and watch it and boost your watch time metrics. And there are about 20 different things that go into it, but the second most impactful thing we've seen over the years is how you're introducing the videos. If you're landing on the right FYPs, which we're going to talk about, when these people see your videos, if it takes them a second or so to realize what the video is about and that the video is going to be for them, then of course they're going to sit down and watch it for longer. So how do you land on the right FYPs? This is all to do with TikTok SEO, which is essentially you getting your videos categorized, and then TikTok can basically see who's interacted with videos on that category before and put your video on their FYP. That's how that works very simply. In order to do this, it's all about the keywords that you use in your video, but here's a very easy way to decide what to do and how to do it. When you're coming up with your video idea, just search into your TikTok search bar to try and find a video on a similar topic. Once you've found that video, click on it, have a look at the search bar at the top where it usually says find related content. If that has a keyword in it, then that's the keyword that you're going to use. Once you've got this keyword, you need to use it throughout the video. If you really want to break out of low view jail, making sure your keywords are optimized within the audio is so important, but then you can use it in your hashtags, you can use it in your description. If you do that, then it should increase your chances of landing on the right FYPs, but it's not just a one quick fix thing. You have to do it for quite a few videos before TikTok recognizes you and then consistently pushes you out in the right places. Now with your hooks and your intros, once you're on the right FYPs, how do you get people to actually stop scrolling and watch your videos to improve your watch time and break you out the low view jail? Well, it's all about making it really easy to understand what the video is about within the first 3 seconds, and this is where you're going to use your text hook, so something on screen that just explains what the video is about, and your audio hook. So what the first couple of lines coming out your mouth or coming out on the video, use these to relate to your audience if you can, or even just hint as to what the video is going to be about, because you've got to think of it from your own perspective. If you landed on a video and you weren't sure what it was about, would you give it another 10, 20 seconds of your time in order to figure it out? No, you'd scroll on. So make sure you're making